as we make our way to that child's pose, drop into those hips a little bit deeper. Find a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of the mouth. Another deep, full breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of the mouth. And just take the next few moments to allow the body to soften. Relaxing into the hips, maybe gently shift them side to side. Maybe roll the forehead side to side on the mat. And then beginning to come back to stillness, start to scan through the body. How do you feel in this moment? And what are the sensations that are showing up for you? Take a deep breath in. Oh, you okay, buddy? Long, slow breath out. Big, full breath in. Longer, slower breath out. Begin to draw the attention towards your mind and how you're feeling in this moment mentally. If there are a lot of thoughts swirling around, just focus back on your breath. And then finally, noticing how you feel emotionally. Right? And reminding yourself that there's no wrong way to feel. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of the mouth. As we inhale, we're going to roll up through the spine like a cat. Come out into a cow. Press your way back into that child's pose. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Pull up through the tailbone, all the way through the spine, and then inhale takes you forward into a cow. Exhale takes you back. Inhale as you land. Exhale, curl up through the spine. Back of the neck is long, lengthen out. Inhale brings you into that cow variation, and then sit back towards the heels, relax. Exhale, curls us up, final round here, roll through that movement, lengthen out. Exhale it back and down. Pause in this stillness for a moment and notice how we feel now. Just notice the difference. It doesn't have to be good or bad. Just notice it. And then slowly start to walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Lengthen out the left side body. So we're open up the side of the heart now. We've already done the front and the back just a little bit, right? Now we're opening up the side of our heart. Slowly start to walk those hands back through center. And exhale over to the left side, same thing. Notice the difference between the sides. And then our inhale begins to bring us back through center. Pause for a moment. And then inhale rolls us up into that neutral tabletop once again. Ground down through the shoulders. Right leg is going to lift straight behind us. Oops, sorry, Peanut. And bend that right knee. Now we're going to take some big circles here, one direction and then the other. So just roll about 3 times one direction. Lots of core here. Really press into the hands and engage yourself away from the earth. And then we'll switch to the other way, rotate out. Or the opposite of what you were doing, right? And we're going to take this right knee, cross it behind the left, and then slowly start to sink your hips back. And just find that edge of sensation. So mine's about right here. You may be able to go a lot farther than me. You might not be this deep, but it doesn't matter. Listen to how your body feels in this moment and honor that. Take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Relax the neck and shoulders. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, start to bring you back up into that tabletop. Gently unwind those legs. Take a little shift of the hips side to side. And then we'll start to make our way to the other side. So left leg is going to reach back. Take a bend in that knee. Scoot forward just a little bit. And then find those hip circles, one direction and then the other. You got about 3 rounds each side. Do what feels good, right? Notice what doesn't feel good and just become aware. After that final round, send that left leg over to the right, cross those knees. Stay here if you're already feeling a deep sensation in that hip, or start to shift the hips back till you find a little bit more sensation. Slow down your breath, relax your shoulders. Gently, we're going to come out of this shape, unwind those knees, and take those little swish of hips side to side. Tucking your toes, find your way to your first downward facing dog. Lift those hips up and back. Relax the head and the neck down. Take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Take another deep, full breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, rises us high on our tippy toes. Slowly make your way up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Knees can be super bent here. Hands can be on your blocks. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Shoulders back, belly in. Exhale, fold, bend the knees a little deeper. Relax the head and we'll gently sway side to side. So again, those hands can be on blocks. Let the head and the neck be super heavy as you navigate this freedom here in the low back. Right? Inviting it to come all the way up through the spine, this sense of ease. Last 3 breaths. And we'll slowly come back through center. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Hold for a breath. Shoulders are back, belly is in. Pick up all 10 toes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to a tall mountain. Reach the hands to the sky. Lift belly, lift heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. Setting an intention for practice today if you haven't already, and hold that intention here with your breath. We'll hold on to that intention as we continue to move throughout this practice. Inhale, sweeps the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, empty the breath. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Slide the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. You'd be in a right runner's lunge, checking in with that alignment for your body, right knee on top of the ankle. Breathe into that length here, and then slowly start to bring the back knee down. Okay, there's a little bit of a shift, a tilt that we're going to take here. Just roll that hip open to the right and roll that hip open to the left. So it's a little bit of a twist and a little bit of an opening. We're hitting all edges of that hip flexor, that attachment to the psoas, the groin. Relax the shoulders, nothing to force here, just breathe. We're moving as if waves are crashing into us and pulling back. Just this gentle side to side movement. Bringing the breath a little fuller. Last round. And coming up into our hands, we're going to find a lizard. Heel toe your foot to the right. Bring both hands on the inside. Heart and eyes begin to peel forward. Stay lifted here, and we're going to inhale to lift. Exhale, fold. So it can just be an inch, or it can be all the way to the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And let's hold for about 5 breaths here, lengthening out the lowest part of our back, lengthening out the lowest part of our belly, relaxing into the right and the left hip, relaxing into the shoulders and the neck. Breathe into that loud sensation as you soften the face. And then we'll inhale up nice and tall. Take your time. Shift back into a wide-legged split prep here. Same little bit of movement that we just did, but our right hip is going to lift as our right leg turns in towards the center of us, and then exhale it down, maybe even start to turn it out. Just listen to your leg, right? You don't want to twist from the knee. We're rotating from this high hip area, and as we rotate out, we're pulling that inner thigh open. Yeah, let's do a couple more like that. So lift, and the lower. Explore that range of motion here. It doesn't have to look like mine. Just listen to your body and then breathe softness into that sensation. Last round. And we'll come back into our lizard for a moment to heel toe our foot to the left side of us. We're finding a pigeon, but it's going to be a funky pigeon. So right knee's going to come down, rock onto that right hip, bend that left knee. So I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see it better. You're in like a little star shape here, a deer shape here, right?
It's raining?
It is raining. Lift up through the belly, lift up, and we're going to do 5 more of those lowers down here. So inhale, exhale to lower down through the top of the head. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 3 more. Really moving like that wave. After that final one, let's begin to land in here. So you can always use a block. Must have left mine in the rain. Find balance in between the hips to the best of your ability, and then begin to soften where you can. So relax. Find space. It's not about getting to a certain shape, right? It's about finding ease in each moment with your breath. Practicing that on our mats. We can practice that in our world. Last few moments here. And then we'll inhale, begin to lift ourselves up nice and tall. Rock onto your right hip. Slide your left leg around in front. And begin to stack those legs for double pigeon. So that might not look exactly like that today. Here's our first variation. We plant that left foot onto the ground and work on bringing that left hip down. If you like to play with stacking the shins, finding that double pigeon here. If you have space between the knee and the foot, you can slide a block. You can rest your hands. If you want to work towards folding in this space, we'll inhale up tall. Exhale, begin to shift forward and drop to the top of the head. So we're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Relax your neck, whichever variation you're in. Inhale brings you up nice and tall if you have folded. So if our foot is here, you're going to stay right here and just try to find small circles. If our foot is more here in double pigeon, make sure the ankle can make a full circle rotation on the outside of that right knee. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to circle our body to the left. Little small circles through the pelvis. Think about inhaling as you shift forward. Inhale. Exhale. Right, inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Soften shoulders. There's no rush to get there. We're going to take a fold. So, if you're already in double pigeon, you know you can shift forward and that can be your fold all the way down to the ground. If you're here, then let's go ahead and uncross to an easy seated position and lengthen to fold so you can still get that release in your low back. Whichever variation you're in, let's take about 7 breaths. Encourage this opening of the upper back and then let that spread down into the low back and into the hips. Inhale begins to sit us up nice and tall. And whether you're in an easy seated position or this double pigeon, bring your hands behind you. Inhale, lift your heart space. Lengthen out through the shoulders, up through the heart. And slowly come back to a neutral spine. Gently unstack those legs. Plant the feet. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. So take a moment to let go of any tension that's built up in the body. Allow it to just melt away. And then we're going to crisscross our legs, find our way into a tabletop. If that's not a great rotation for you, slide the legs around to the side. Same thing. Big full breath in through the nose as you find a cow. Exhale, curl back up and in, chin to chest, exhale. Realigning through that spine, let's find our downward facing dog. Nice little transition here. Lift those hips up and back. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, rise high up on your tippy toes. Slowly make your way up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, shoulders back, belly in. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain, reach your hands to the sky, lift up to the heart space, and then exhale, forward fold once again, empty all of the breath. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, slide your right foot back. You'll be in a left runner's lunge. Find that alignment that's working best for you today. Bringing the left knee right on top of that ankle. Back knee slowly comes down to the ground as you maintain that length and also that engagement of the low belly, right? Protect our spine here. Stay or start to roll one side and roll to the other. So you're just exploring these different spaces, right? There's no need to force yourself any deeper. Breathe in that sensation. Last 2 rounds. So we'll come back to center, find that lizard, heel toe your foot to the left, both hands come on the inside. 5 rounds as we inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, melt it down. Doesn't have to be all the way down, right? Just release the neck. And then inhale, lifts it back up. Exhale, takes it down. Relax the back of the neck. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, relax down. Last round here. And fold it down. So find your edge. Forearms can be on a block or a bolster, or you can still stay lifted into your hands. But see where your edge is and breathe softness into it. Inhale is going to start to bring us up into our hands. Engage your belly, so lift that belly button away from the ground. Shift back, split prep. Woo! And then here we go with that hip lift. So lift it up to the side. Turn those toes into center. And then rotate the toes out as you pull that hip in. Yeah? So rotate slow. Big breath. You got about about 5 more rounds. Making your way to that final round. Right, and we'll start to shift forward into that pigeon variation. So begin to heel toe that foot to the right, that front foot. Rock onto your hip and take a bend in that right knee. So moving into this space where we're trying to be more parallel to the front leg. Inhale up nice and tall, and then we'll take 5 rounds as we lower. And lift. Moving like water. And just allowing the breath to guide you, not worrying about what it looks like. But how does this feel? After that final round, we'll slowly begin to fold. Find that edge, and remember you can use any props that you like here. So as we settle in, focus on that loudest sensation. Breathe a little deeper. And just encourage all those muscles around that sensation to relax. Last few moments. And then we'll inhale up nice and tall. Rock on to that left hip. Slowly slide that right leg around the top. So again, you can have that foot planted on the outside of the left knee or start to shift towards more of a double pigeon. Easy seated position is also an option as well. For double pigeon, we have our shins stacked and our right ankle is on the outside of that front knee so that you can make a full circle rotation. We don't want to have it bent in, stretching all those tendons. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, begin to shift forward and fold. 3 breaths here. Find your edge. Relax your jaw. Inhale brings us back up nice and tall. And then we'll take those little circles. So maybe you're here, rotating those circles. Maybe you're here, maybe you're in an easy seated position. We're going to the right this time. Back and around. Back and around. Explore those sensations, right? Notice what's happening. Don't just blow past it. Right? It's not about how the movement looks. It's about how it feels. And how it feels can be really telling of what's going on in your body. So as I go over to the left, I see it's tight, 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 and then it starts to loosen up as I go to the right. Now it's pretty much the same way on the other side. So now I know my left side is tighter than the right. So then I just adjust my practice accordingly, trying to bring balance into my body. When we do these little subtle movements, it's a really great way to tap into what's happening to you in this present moment. Last 3 circles here. And we're going to take a fold from here. So inhale, we lift. Exhale, we shift and start to settle in. So whatever this looks like for you, right? Remember, it's not about so much the shape, but how can we relax into our hips? How can we relax into our low back? How can we release our shoulders and the top of our head? Breathe deep into that sensation. Inhale begins to rise us back up nice and tall. Pause in that length in your spine for just a breath. And then gently unwind those legs. Plant the feet. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And we'll begin to shift into a butterfly or bound angle. Feet together, knees apart. Grabbing a hold of the shins if you can. And we're just going to do a gentle bounce here, encouraging this tight space, or maybe wherever you feel it, right, to release out. So we're not slamming the legs down. We're just picking them up and dropping them. A nice little rebound here. Think about sitting even taller out of your pelvis. Breathe deep. Relax or visualize relaxing the muscles down around the tailbone, into the sacrum, that lowest part of your back. Around the hips, they're just starting to soften. Relax shoulders. Relax space. And we'll start to fold from here. So you can gently pause that movement for a moment. Notice the energy that you've created. Inhale, sit a little bit taller. Exhale, we begin to shift and fold. Great place for a bolster here, a blanket rolled up, or a block. Releasing where you can. Let's work our way up the spine. So think about that tailbone area again. Relax. Up into the low back. Release. Up into the shoulders, the neck, the crown of the head. Last few moments. And then we'll inhale up nice and tall. Slowly begin to make your way onto your spine. Pause for a moment, let go of the tailbone, the low back, the belly, the hips. And if they aren't already, plant the feet hip distance apart and allow the knees to fall over to the right side of you. Left leg is lengthening out, releasing through that top hip area. If you want to make this a little bit deeper, you can start to walk that left foot back a little bit farther. Be sure there's no pain in the knee as we relax into this shape. Breathing deep. Last few moments, what can you let go of? Knees start to come back through center. Pause for a moment. Let the spine be neutral. And then head over to the left side. So same thing here. If you want more space, heel toe that right foot back a little bit. You may not need it. Find that opening on that top of the right hip. Just spread and release out and down. Slow the breath. Softening where you can. It might be the shoulders, the face. Last few moments, letting go of what you can. And then we'll start to come back to center. Plant those feet hip distance apart. Pause for a moment. Then we'll move into a bridge pose. Feet are hip distance apart, right? Like as we just set them there. And then inhale begins to lift the hips, lift the heart. Walk the shoulder blades together behind the back and then slightly tilt the chin to the chest, lengthening out the back of the neck. Exhale slowly lowers you down to the ground. Take a second to pause. Release the glutes, the belly, the shoulders. And then you choose. Feet apart, knees to touch. Or feet together, knees apart. One hand comes to the heart, one hand comes to the belly. Close your eyes. Notice the energy that you kind of shifted during practice today. Maybe find gratitude in this moment that you made your way to your mat, that you chose to take care of yourself, body and mind. So important. Self-care is so important. And staying here as long as you like, or beginning to move into your inversion for practice today. Maybe happy baby, grabbing the outer blades of the feet, ankles or shin as you pull the knees open and wide. Relaxing the low back flat onto the mat. If you're done with hips today, you can move right into a hip stand, pull those legs together, send the heels to the sky. Doesn't matter where you go, just get those feet above your heart and find ease in that moment. Knees slowly pull back to center. Give yourself a nice big squeeze here. And then allow the knees to fall to the left side of you. Arms open out wide. Knees can be stacked on top of one another. Relax and release into the low back. Slow down the breath. Slowly start to bring the knees back to center. Pausing for a moment. Take one hand on both kneecaps and start to draw big circles in opposite directions. Reverse that movement. Last one. And then start to take those knees over to the right side of you. Same thing. Open up to the left and then find a way to ease into this shape. Breathing deep. Relaxing down. Slowly start to bring those knees back to center. This time arms reach overhead, same circles you did before. Opposite directions with those knees. And then reversing that movement. Last one. And then bringing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a tight little squeeze here. Taking any final movement you need to take, begin to release out into your Shavasana for practice today. Allow the legs to fall heavy to the mat, arms away from your sides. Take up space with that body. Let go of your practice. Let go of your breath. And just take the next few moments to allow the body and the mind to rest and heal. Take a cleansing breath in. Exhale it out. beginning to come back to your breath. Deepening the inhale. Lengthening the exhale. Finding subtle movement in the body. It doesn't have to look like anything. And there's no rush. You're just gently waking up the body. Allowing that sensation to guide you. And then as you're ready, come back to stillness, either on your back or rock onto your favorite side. Notice how you physically feel in this moment. Not comparing it to anything, just noticing. Checking in with how you feel mentally in this moment. And then noticing how you feel emotionally. And reminding yourself that there's no wrong way to feel. And as you're ready, we'll slowly make our way up into an easy seated position. Bringing those hands to heart center and the forehead towards the fingertips. Closing out our practice today in a seat of gratitude. Gratitude always for this physical body that carries us around every single day. Gratitude for the choice we made to take care of ourselves today. Gratitude for the opportunity to do it together. And then we'll bring the thumbs to the forehead as we find gratitude for one another. This amazing yoga community. Namaste, friends.
Namaste, Kat.
Thank you so much for joining us today here at Kat Harmon Yoga. I hope you feel good in your bodies and in your minds, and I hope you join us again real soon. If you would like to participate in these live Zoom classes, you are absolutely welcome. Please head over to my website at katharmonyoga.com. There's a live Zoom link there, and if you would like to donate for any of the classes that you do take here on YouTube or the live classes, there's a link for that as well, and they are so greatly appreciated. What else do I have for you? I think that's it. I feel like that I've said it all. Oh, if you like this stuff, here it is. If you like this stuff, please subscribe to my channel and click like on the video so that it becomes more viewable to more people, and share with anybody that you think would appreciate this as well. As always, I am incredibly grateful for you and for your support. And I just am sending you lots of love right now in this moment. So big namaste as we close out.